There's only two things I love in this world, okay? And that's anime and Victor Wembanyama love. I love those two things.
I want some nasty! Are we having fun yet?
I guess three things. I also love great hip-hop, and this is a great year for hip-hop, man. Oh my goodness, this is a great year for hip-hop. Hip-hop won this beef. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into what we got for today. So we got here Run It Back, in which they talk about Victor Wembanyama. I have not listened to this, but hey, I love anything pertaining to Wemby, and it says Chandler Parsons on Wemby's rookie season. Now, don't get me wrong, Chandler Parsons, he has some takes. He has some terrible takes. I mean, some god-awful takes that I've come across. But maybe this one's pretty doggone good. All right, so we'll see what he has to say. It's kind of hard to mess up a Victor Wembanyama take. All right, you have to literally be Shaquille O'Neal to do that. All right, so before we get into that, really quick, if you guys want to support the channel, there's so many different ways. But big shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this video and this channel for the entire season. That was really cool. But yeah, so if you guys are interested, please use the link in my description, and all you do if you want to do this in particular, because I really like to do individual games. So we have Dallas Mavericks versus Oklahoma City Thunder, which is, in the time of recording this, they're gonna play in like not that long. I'm picking the Dallas Mavericks because they have to win this, because I think they're in big trouble if they don't. So I'm gonna pick them, and they had stretches last game, which I thought that they played pretty well. So I'm gonna go with them, and the risk here, let's see, let's do 20, you win 32. I can do better than that. 50, you win 80. Okay, I can do it. I can deal with that. I can do that. That ain't that bad. But yeah, so if you guys are interested, please use the link in my description at the very least, and show the channel some support, and show the sponsors some support. All right, so let's take a look at what they have to say, or what Chandler Parsons has to say. I don't know if it's multiple people or if it's just him talking. Let's see. Let's go back, because I had it just playing when I wasn't listening. Let's see, is this turned up so you guys can hear it? All right.
While reflecting on his rookie season, Victor Wembanyama said he did not exceed expectations and should have done more. Yes, he should have.
Wemby's ridiculous, dog. Wemby's ridiculous. And he means what he says too. Like, that's one thing I really like about him. He does mean what he say. It's gonna bite him in the butt. Like, it's inevitable. He's gonna say something that we're like, dude, you shouldn't have said that. He's going to be too honest. And I'm not saying in the expense of his teammates. I'm just saying, you know, certain narratives people are going to run with. And we already know Spurs fans have ran with it. He said, I want to win a championship, and I want to win one as soon as we can. And they're like, oh, see, the front office isn't doing everything they can to it. Yeah, we heard you.
You buying that?
No, I love that he's saying this. I think he's very humble. I think he is going to be the face of this league for many, many years to come. But he exceeded my expectations. He blew us away every single game with the highlights that he did, the things he does with the basketball. We've never seen before. This is a skill set that literally we have not seen.
I'm trying to think what shocked me about Wemby this season. I wasn't expecting his defense to be this great year one. I knew that would be his strong suit. I wasn't expecting it to be this great year one. As far as the passing ability, I knew he had passing ability. I was not that shocked by that one. I knew that he could play make. The defense, though, like, we knew his defense would be elite. This just seems like a whole nother level I was not expecting him to be at. Just, I don't know. Maybe it was the defense. He was shocking.
Seen with that size and that stature, he stayed healthy for the most part. Yeah. So I think he blew expectations out of the water. He showed that he's not a bust. He's for real. And some of the highlights, if you look back at his highlight package just from this season, it is insane. So no, I completely disagree with this, but I do love that he's saying that.
What's great? One great thing about Wemby, though, for sure, is like, a lot of people, because Chandler Parsons, he didn't watch all these games, and that's like totally fine. He has, I'm sure, plenty of NBA games he's trying to keep up with. There's teams that are actually in playoff contention that you got to keep up with, that you got to talk about. But when it comes to the San Antonio Spurs and what I've seen from Wembanyama, the highlights do not tell the full story, okay? Like, the highlights are beautiful, they're great, but a lot of times when you see guys with highlights, it's like it's just the highlights. It's like, oh, you know, it's just the highlights, and that's what they are. But watching Wemby, every single game, he showed an amount of competitiveness that might not necessarily show up on the stat sheet, right? Like, he intensifies so much in the fourth quarter. Even if he's not scoring, he does things in other ways that helps us win or helps us get close to wins. So I really love that about him. One thing I love about our team in particular is no matter how many losses we endured, and it was a lot of losses, no one ever pointed the finger. This is one of those reasons why I am so hesitant to start just saying, screw Popovich, get him out of here. First off, because you can look around the league and see how much, like, people would love, or teams would love to have a Popovich on their squad. Good God. I mean, their coaching is dreadful. So that's one thing. But the other thing is, a lot of times when teams are really bad, you start to see something fall. You start to see guys point fingers and make little, like, sly comments to each other after games, or them interacting with each other poorly on the court. The only poor interactions that I've seen with our team on the court has been between, like, Keldon and maybe Keldon and Sohan, and I think Keldon and Wemby at one point. It wasn't anything that was just, like, cause for immediate concern or anything, but it was just a little frustration with each other. But it hasn't been one time where I thought, oh, he hates who he's playing with, or oh, this is an issue, and it's time for Popovich to get out of here. It's dysfunctional. No, I feel like a lot of times, especially if it's close games, Popovich had put out pretty good lineups and drew up some pretty good plays for us to win. It just came down to the execution. A lot of those games came down to the execution, and that just comes with age, and you'll learn over time. This is an unfortunate clip, man, because I really wanted to hear what Lou Williams has to say, but I guess they didn't let him talk. That's sad. But anyways, thank you guys so much. Please comment below. Comment below, please. I always forget to do that. Like, comment below. Helps the algorithm like crazy. You have no idea. Please comment something. All right, just actually comment something. Just comment something. All right, just comment something. But yeah. Anyways, big shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this video. All love.
BetUS, America's favorite sportsbook and casino. Live betting and racebook. We're celebrating 30 years with a historic offer. A 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. Plus 10% gambler's insurance. Get started today. BetUS, where the game begins.